What an interesting week for all you smartphone lovers out there. So many new phones launching next week. Xiaomi has announced that the Redmi Note 11 Pro and Pro Plus will be launching on March 9. We'll be there at the launch event bringing you all the latest updates. Apple has also announced that a new iPhone SE might be coming on March 8. Apple is hosting a launch event on that very date when we are expecting a lot of new gadgets and announcements from Apple. You'll get all these updates on India Today Tech website, Fiiber Hindi YouTube channels will be there with all the latest reviews as well of all these devices. But for now, this is our weekly Q&A video. Let's get techie, where we try to answer all your technology related questions. So if you have anything in mind, if you want to know anything about any particular device, do go to the comment section, put in that question, use the hashtag Let's Get Techie. Also, let me know how did you like my dance last week. You're watching Fiiber, this is Manas. The first question we have today is from Somdev. Very interesting question. The question is, there are mobile phones which do not come with an inbuilt compass sensor. My question is, what exactly does this sensor do, and is it really necessary for a regular user? Also, does it affect navigation in Google Maps in any way? Very nice question. See, most phones these days, especially in the mid-premium and the flagship category, do have this sensor, and it basically helps you with the navigation. So if you're using any app, for example, the Google Maps, where you want to, know path to a certain way, and you see that small needle on the Google Maps app, and it's able to tell you which direction you are moving in, that's because of this very sensor in your phone. Now, there are a lot of other apps that also do this job. So if in case you don't have this sensor, maybe you can download a third-party app and use it, but it's not as accurate as an inbuilt sensor on your phone. So that's where it helps, and it definitely gives you a more accurate result in terms of the whole navigation process. But I think most phones these days have you covered in this regard. The next question I have, in fact I have two questions from TRMN8. What an interesting name. Let me know what your full name is. But we have two questions. The first one is, who do you think is better, macOS or Windows? Take into account everything that a user who knows how to make the best use out of a device would want. He doesn't care about an ecosystem. Also, he's saying between iOS and Android. Now, this is a question that a lot of people ask me. They've been asking for a many years now, and here's my quick take. See, I would say for phones, you should definitely stick to Android if you're already on Android. If you haven't been using an iPhone already, do stick to Android. It gives you a lot more flexibility, it's definitely a lot more affordable, and it has you covered in terms of what you can expect out of a smartphone. Now, when it comes to laptops, then I say it comes down to your use case. If you're into gaming, if you play a lot of games on your system, I think there are better options in the Windows ecosystem of devices. The Asus ROG or Zephyrus series, all of those have you covered. But if you are a professional, somebody like me, because I spend most of my time on the laptop either writing, typing or watching something, then I think you'll be better served with a MacBook or the Mac OS, because the kind of ease of use or the comfort that it brings is totally unparalleled. So it's a very simple answer. I say anybody who's working wants a laptop for their office work, go for a MacBook. Everybody else can look at Windows. But in terms of phones, Android is always better. Unless you're already used to iPhones, then stick to the iOS ecosystem. The second question from TRMN8 is also, what TV should one buy if he has a streaming device he does not want to waste? So I don't get this question, because if you have a streaming device, I'm assuming it's a Fire Stick or maybe a Realme Stick or something like that, then you don't actually want a smart TV. You can actually put it in any TV. So let me know what is your budget, if you have any particular thing in mind. Accordingly, I'll be able to give you a better recommendation. Revs Rider, interesting name again. Revs Rider's question is, how is Asus 8Z compared to Moto Edge 30 and Samsung Galaxy S21 FE? So here's the thing. I haven't used Moto Edge 30 or Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. So I'm not in a position to compare the 8Z with any of these phones. As an independent solo phone, I will tell you it's very good. It is one of the best in the segment because of that sort of compact form factor that it brings and the kind of hardware it has in that body. I mean, the flagship processor, good RAM, all of that. So you have covered in that regard, but I can't really compare these phones as of now. Srinivas' question is, I am using OnePlus 9R. Can I upgrade to Moto Edge 30 Pro? Is it good? Srinivas, it doesn't matter if the Moto Edge 30 Pro is good or not. OnePlus 9R was launched in last year in March. So I mean, it's only been a year. I'm assuming you haven't even used this phone for a whole year. So why do you want to switch? Because see, all these phones have a lifeline of at least 2 to 3 years. So I think there's no point switching so soon because you're not gonna get anything significantly, better than the OnePlus 9R. So stick to this phone for another year or two. Wait for more options. There'll be better phones coming ahead, and then you can switch as per your likeness. Spider's question is it good to go with Motorola Edge 30 Pro or Asus 8Z? Little bit confused, please guide. So I see a lot of you are actually interested in the Moto Edge 30 series. Spider, my suggestion to you is, see, if you are particularly looking for a small compact phone which is not too huge or big like this one that I have been using, then you should definitely go for Asus 8Z. I'm telling you, the experience that you get on that phone, you're gonna thank me later, because no phone right now in the market gives you that sort of experience. Just that you'll have to pay a bit of premium for that experience, because in 42,000 you can get better phones. Here, maybe the specs, especially the camera specs, are not as great as some of the other phones. But I would still recommend you Asus 8Z because of the performance and the comfort that it brings. So these were the questions that we had for today's video. Bring them on, guys. Ask me more questions. I hope you're enjoying the content that we are serving you on this channel. If you have any feedback, any questions, or if you want us to make a video on any particular topic, do put that in the comments box. We'll try and come up with these interesting videos. Thank you for watching.